This is the Gens Weekly Recap presented by Rapid Hockey Academy. Here is Matt Sosler.
Hey Gens fans, and welcome to this Gens Weekly Recap. I'm your host and the voice of the Gens, Matt Sosler. Both teams had the week off due to the Thanksgiving holiday. However, I had the chance to sit down with head coach Brian Erickson to discuss what the team is thinking heading out of the break. Hey Gens fans, and welcome again to this Gens Weekly Recap. I'm Matt Sosler, and I am joined by head coach Brian Erickson. And coach, you just had Thanksgiving break. How do you think that break will impact the team and how they play this weekend?
I think it will be a big plus for us. I mean, I think, obviously we're sitting at 4-9. I hate making excuses and then prefacing it when I'm actually going to make an excuse. But, this will be our first games coming up with our full roster. We've had games where we've missed 9, 10 guys. We had a relatively full roster down in Maryland. We just didn't play, as well as we can. But getting Tyler Cooper back especially will be a big addition to the team. And I think getting a week away from each other, there's a lot of stress that goes on along COVID about whether we're going to play, if there's shutdowns, if there's not. So I think getting home for these kids, getting to see their families, coming back, getting tested for COVID, making sure they were healthy to play. I think a lot of that will take a big pressure part off of them, and now we can just play hockey, and so I think it will really benefit us.
And you mentioned having a full roster this time around. Recently, just before the Maryland series, you added a couple new guys, especially Isaac Novak. What do guys like that mean to this team?
I mean, I think Isaac Novak is a kid, he's obviously committed to Wisconsin. He's got a high-end skill. He's a great kid. He's supposed to come in and score goals, and he did put up some points. I think the first game he had 8 pretty much grade A opportunities, what we counted. He didn't score, which is pretty unlike him. And in that first game against Maryland, we had a lot of goals that we left on the board. But having a kid like Isaac just solidifies our top 6, solidifies our power play. And then it allows guys like Ricky Boyson and Jonathan Young to maybe take some pressure off them on that line and let Isaac do some of the work. And he's been a great addition in the locker room and on the ice.
And last question, a rare 3-game set over in Danbury this weekend. What does the team need to do to come away with 3 wins?
3 wins, geez. We're focused on Saturday and Sunday. We'll take care of itself, and Monday the same thing. For us, we need strong goaltending from Hugo on Saturday. We need to understand that Danbury hasn't played since the last time they played us. So their legs could get a little heavy. So we need to be quick on the forecheck. We need to finish every hit, try to take any momentum that they could kind of build off of away early and try to kind of hammer them down so they get tired, because not playing a game, there's really no way to replicate it. And then hopefully you pound them up a little bit on Saturday, and then that leads to some good things on Sunday. And winning 3 games against anybody in a row is almost impossible at any level. It doesn't mean we're not going to try, but Danbury's a very good hockey team, and we have our hands full. But I also think we have the roster right now, and we're not necessarily done tinkering, but we are in a position that I think as coaches we're getting better, as players we're getting better, and as an organization we're ready to start winning some games.
And the last time you guys played against the Danbury Hat-Tricks, pretty much 1 bad minute through that game away. What does this team need to do in order to try and avoid that and play a full 60? We've
had, out of the 13 games, we've had 11 games where we've had a stretch of 4 minutes or less that have been really bad. And the difference is every team has stretches in the games that are bad. Our stretches, for some reason, just seem to be 2-3 goals, in quick succession, and then we were able to right the ship. And we talked to guys about it's that half a second off a shift they take, where they're maybe going for the forecheck and they just take that half second off, and it's the difference between getting the puck or not. Or instead of going out there for 38 seconds, they're out there for 47 seconds, and it's 7 seconds extra that maybe they're tired and they're not giving their all. So for us, for our ability to kind of deepen our roster and really have 4 forward lines that we feel very, very comfortable rolling no matter who's in there. 7D that we feel really comfortable, 8D that we feel really comfortable playing, but 7D that we feel comfortable rolling. I think that depth is going to be incredibly huge against Danbury, that we're able to sustain it. And then, if a line isn't playing well, we can try to avoid those 3-4 minute gaps where we can just kind of change up quick or sit a line that isn't playing well. But we need to avoid that, and I need to do a better job as a coach and helping the kids mentally prepare to make sure that we're playing a full 60.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Again, that's NAHL head coach Brian Erickson, and he's looking forward to when the Generals take on the Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You can catch that live on Hockey TV. Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt.
That was head coach Brian Erickson, who discussed the value of adding some new faces to the team, as well as what the game plan is this weekend versus the Danbury Hat-Tricks. And with the season almost 2 months in, let's get to know some of the Generals. Up first are some returners and some leaders on this Gen squad.
Actually started playing hockey in Russia, the Tractor Hockey School. It's where my whole family's from, and where my whole dad's side of the family started hockey. Started there, came back to the States, played my youth hockey in Philadelphia for the Wissahickon Warriors, then joined Team Comcast and Junior Flyers and the Valley Forge Minutemen before heading to Hillside, a junior prep school. After that, I went to Choate Rosemary Hall for about 3 years. Then after that, I decided to go back to Chelyabinsk, Russia, and played 2 years of junior there. Then eventually decided that I wanted to play college hockey, so came back and played for Corpus Christi, and now with the Northeast Generals. So that's me.
So I grew up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, so I played all my youth hockey until the age of 13 there. That's when I moved to Calgary. I went to a private school, the Edge School for Athletes in Calgary. I was there for my second year of Bantam Triple, and the next 2 years of midget on the 15s team and midget prep team. And then I had a year down here in Bedford, Mass with the East Coast Wizards in the EHL. And then I was drafted by Brookings, so I had a stint in Brookings my 18-19 season. That's when I got traded here, and I've been here for 3 years now.
Probably actually in Russia when I was playing junior there's Jer with Bailey Medvedev. Playing in the playoffs with my cousin. That was just a really special moment. Always wanted to do that. So it's probably my favorite. It's a great series. So that was it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. My midget prep year at Edge, we won the championship and we won the World Sports School Challenge. We were a super successful team, so that was pretty awesome winning that. Probably even the Alaska trip last year. Alaska was super fun last year. And the year before you got here, my first year, we got the New Year's Eve game in Johnstown, like 4,000 people. It's awesome. That's a super fun game to play and cool experience.
Mine, I like Xbox, and I'm a big FIFA guy. So whenever I'm not at the rink, I'm probably playing FIFA. That's probably my favorite thing to do. Liverpool. Liverpool's my team.
Favorite non-hockey activity? I mean, I love to work out. I love lifting weights, but I guess if I had to pick something away from the rink, just relaxing, spending time with my family. I don't get to see them much, so I love being able to be with them and even just FaceTime with them and talking with them. So probably go with that.
Assistant captain Sasha Chetizny thus far has been a dominant force on the blue line, tallying 6 points, which is tied for 11th in the entire league amongst all defensemen. Captain Dylan Chouette returns to the Generals for his third season. He currently has 11 points in 12 games, and he is knocking on the door for top 5 in Generals history. Now a look to a very busy week ahead. The NAHL Generals will travel to Danbury to take on the Hat-Tricks in a 3-game set this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Danbury currently owns the season series 2-0, while the NA3HL Generals will travel to Bay State to take on the Bobcats in the battle for Massachusetts this Friday and Saturday. The Generals hold a 2-0 advantage over Bay State, including a 7-2 win in their last meeting in early November. That's going to wrap up this edition of the Gens Weekly Recap for everyone here at the Northeast Generals organization. I'm Matt Sossler. Thank you for tuning in to this Gens Weekly Recap.